Hey, Quad Bros, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I wanted to go over one of the biggest changes that happened in this last update that kind of flew in under the radar. It was in the patch notes, but it wasn't entirely discussed, and it certainly wasn't announced beforehand, which is fine. At least it was in the patch notes. And that is the nerfs to the penetration of rockets in Enlisted. So previously, you guys can see here, all of these rocket runs that I've been doing, the M8 rockets here would be absolutely slaughtering these Pumas. You used to be able to hit any tank from just about any angle and be able to get a pretty solid penetration and blow up the tank. Now you really need to be going in from the correct angles. You need to be going in as close to 90 as you can. You can see there, finally got this Puma, which had such small side armor that even a 50 cal can pin it, right? You need to be going in from the side. You got to be going in from the top, getting a little bit closer to 90 degrees as you can, or, going through the top armor, which is very, very light on most vehicles. So you can see here, I'm going in from the top of these, and I'm getting the Panzer IVs. I think I get a Panzer III here. And it's important to note here that we are doing this in the practice range. So, we might be pinning these vehicles, but we're not hitting the ammo racks and things like that, so it's not doing as much damage. You can see there, we finally get a Panzer III in. And this is just, generally speaking, a lot more difficult to do. Previously, using the M8 to blow up vehicles was just a breeze. It was absolutely easy as hell to do. The rockets were accurate, but now it's just a lot harder to do. It's harder to pull out of those dives. And again, we're in the practice range, so that's going to be, you spawn a lot slower and a lot closer to the ground. So it's a little bit different in a live match. But you can see here, HVARs can still take out these vehicles pretty easily, but it's still harder, just generally speaking. HVARs in general are harder to use. They come from the wings as opposed to under the cockpit, and they're also just harder to aim. They have more dispersion on them. You can see I just blasted that tank and didn't get anything, right? Tigers as well. You're not going to be able to just blast the Tiger from the side anymore. You're going to have to go in through the top armor to be able to really get those kills. Now, it's not all bad here. Rockets that are hitting kind of close, or maybe hitting but not detonating the tank, are going to be still doing significant damage to the vehicle in terms of blowing off tracks and things like that, which with the new repair system is still a very big deal for these vehicles, because you have to get out of the tank and go to the specific side. You can see there, I hit that Panther directly in the side, didn't get a kill. So, it's just a little bit more inconsistent now, which I think is overall a good change. I'm not sure if they went too far yet. I'd like to see it as time goes on. You can see that would have killed that Tiger in the previous patch, but now you really need to go up and then drop down a little bit more onto the top armor, which again is just generally speaking a lot harder to do. It's a little bit more of a skillful thing as opposed to just kind of a random thing, or a guaranteed thing, I suppose. So, there's an element of luck. There's an element of skill. I like that. I think that overall, this is a pretty good change. Now, one important thing to note, guys, is that this is not the only change. So there are some other changes that have happened, specifically to tank cannons. So tank cannons have seen a decent change. They are a little bit more effective now, at least the ones that I've tested. Like you can see here, the P38 is going to be able to just ammo rack that Puma there pretty easily with the main cannons. You can do it again here with that 20 millimeter and come out pretty unscathed. And again, you do need to be coming in from the right angle, right? You need to be close to 90 degrees when you're doing this. It's not just a surefire thing. But you can even take out Panzer IVs. I'm not sure if I get this one. No, I don't think so. But you'll be able to see that you are able to take out vehicles with this with the cannons now, which is really good to see, honestly. I like that a lot. You can see there at the end, I did catch that tank on fire. I didn't end up getting the kill, but I did ignite the engine, which means those shots are penetrating. And again, we're in the practice range here, so we're not getting crew kills. And these could be getting crew kills, right? We're only looking for ammo racks here, and you can see I ammo racked the Panzer IV-J. And these aren't even really that solid of angles. This is kind of a more shallow dive, and I'm still able to get pretty easy kills here, right? So tank cannons have definitely seen a bit of a buff. The IL-2 as well has seen this. So the IL-237 in Berlin absolutely shreds Panzer IVs now, and going in from the top angles, you can get some pretty serious kills on on like Panthers if you're going in from a very, very good angle, and you can also do it pretty easily on some of the other vehicles if you're going in from the top, which again is very, very difficult to do, but overall is a lot of fun. So overall, guys, you know, if you're a German tanker, this has kind of always been such a bane, where you just get absolutely slaughtered in this game because of close air support just doing so much damage, right? Just being able to so easily, especially the allies, being able to just so easily nuke your tanks from orbit with very little risk to themselves. That's not really the case anymore. I think we're going to see a lot more tanks, generally speaking, in Normandy and especially in Berlin. Because these tanks or these planes are just not as effective as they were. They're going to require a lot more skill, and they're going to require a lot more kind of, frankly, luck, right? Which I think is fair. I mean, I think historically planes weren't exactly absolutely slaughtering vehicles. It was a lot more of just kind of knocking them out because they lost their tracks or forcing them to repair and things like that, which is, again, exactly what's going to be happening in the game now. We're going to see a lot more like, pilots having to be, or pilots knocking out tracks, destroying various parts. I destroyed a Tiger's barrel earlier. So, knocking out a couple crew member, even though you don't get the kill. Like, all of this is going to be stuff that we're going to be seeing more often now and is going to, overall, I think, help tankers on the ground. So, that's really it, guys. That's kind of what I wanted to show off here. RBS 132s are pretty much in the same boat as HVARs. Couldn't remember the name. So if you're, the Soviet players out there, you're going to see the same thing. German tankers and things like that, or German planes, you're not going to see too much of a difference. Most of the German rockets are all high explosive anyway, so they're just going to be over pressurizing, and that hasn't really changed. But you can see a nice kill on the Panther G there with the IL-237. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Just wanted to get this out there because it's pretty big changes and it's pretty major changes on something that I think a lot of people have been complaining about for quite a while, especially on the German side. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about these changes. Do you guys agree with these changes? Are you guys mad about them? Let me know. I'm sure it'll be kind of split between Allies and Axis mains out there. So leave a comment down below. And while you're there, also like and subscribe. It does help me out, and I do appreciate it as always. But without anything else, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.